What's up, y'all? This is Kamali, man. I'm back with another teaching video. And, Bethlehem Skrilla family, And this particular video is called Never Leave the Homie and Don't Snitch. You know, Based on Luke 22, verse 31 through 35, and Luke 22, verse 54 through 65. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. It says, Simon, Simon, Satan has asked to sift each of you like wheat, but I have pleaded in prayer for you, Simon, that your faith should not fail. So when you have repented and turned to me again, strengthen your brothers. Peter said, Lord, I am ready to go to prison with you and even to die with you. But Jesus said, Peter, let me tell you something. Before the rooster crows tomorrow morning, you will deny 3 times that you even know me. Then Jesus asked them, when I sent you out to preach the good news and you did not have money, a traveler's bag, or an extra pair of sandals, did you need anything? No, they replied. So, so, you know, Jesus knew before Peter knew that Satan was after him, that Satan was plotting and planning to get Peter to turn away from Jesus. Not saying that he's not trying to get Not saying he's not trying to get the other disciples, but Satan knew that Peter was real close to Jesus. He knew he was close to him, real close. You know what I'm saying? Like he had stronger out of all the disciples. Peter was the main one that was real close and had ultimate faith and belief in the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Jesus was letting them know, like, watch your back. You know what I'm saying? Watch your back on Satan, because Satan is trying to get you, homie. He's trying to get you. He's trying to have you turn against me. You know, that's just like this, for example. 2 Crip homies, a big homie and a little homie. They putting in work in the streets. They doing all this dirt. You know what I'm saying? Putting in work for the turf. You know what I'm saying? And for the set. And one time is scromming around their neighborhood, asking their names, asking, "Oh, you know where such at?" And it's like the homies is like, we don't know who you talking about. You know what I'm saying? And the homies find out, and they find out that just ordinary people out on the streets is having that big homie and the little homie names in their mouths, saying what they doing, knowing what they doing, you know what I'm saying, and all that, you know? And when the big homie and the little homie come back to the hood, the homies, the Crip homies in the hood is telling them like, hey man, it's some people in the streets that know what y'all doing. One time is came over trying to come after y'all and looking for y'all and asking for y'all and all that. And we just here to let y'all know, homies, be careful, man, because these people was on y'all. They watching y'all and they trying to get y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, and Jesus told Peter, you gonna deny me 3 times before the rooster even crows tomorrow morning. Before it even crows 3 times, you go before it even crows a third time, you gonna deny me 3 times before the rooster even crows 3 times. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like saying that when we get caught, we ride together. But instead, you know what I'm saying, Jesus telling Peter, like, you not gonna ride with me. Because Peter was saying, I will go to prison for you. I'm going to even die with you, Lord. You know what I'm saying? But Peter didn't mean, like, he acted like he meant what he said. But realistically, Jesus knew that he didn't really mean what he was saying. He was afraid. You know what I'm saying? He was nervous. And that's why Jesus said what he said. Because if he meant what he said, homie, Jesus wouldn't have said what he said. But it's obviously Jesus knew in Peter's heart that he didn't mean what he meant, because he wasn't ready for the suffocation and the consequences over, you know what I'm saying, righteousness. He wasn't ready for it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like there's no way out. You know what I'm saying? Once you get caught up, homie, you when you and the homie get caught up, y'all ride with it. You know what I'm saying? You ride and die. You know what I'm saying? You ride for it, you die for it. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Like if y'all get caught up to go to the pen, you know what I'm saying? We ain't getting no way. There's no way out. You know what I'm saying? But the only way out is where I'm about to get to. I'm not gonna explain it yet. I'm about to explain the rest of it. You know, so that's verse 54. It says, so they arrested him and led him to the high priest's home, and Peter followed at a distance. The guards lit a fire in the middle of the courtyard and sat around it, and Peter joined them there. A servant girl noticed him in the firelight and began staring at him. Finally, she said, this man was one of Jesus' followers. But Peter denied it. Woman, he said, I don't even know him. After a while, someone else looked at him and said, you must be one of them. No, man, I'm not, Peter retorted. About an hour later, someone else insisted this must be one of them because he is a Galilean too. But Peter said, man, I don't know what you are talking about. And immediately, while he was still speaking, the rooster crowed. At that moment, the Lord turned and looked at Peter. Suddenly, the Lord's words flashed through Peter's mind. Before the rooster crows tomorrow morning, you will deny 3 times that you even know me. And Peter left the courtyard, weeping bitterly. The guards in charge of Jesus began mocking and beating him. They blindfolded him and said, prophesy to us who hit you that time. And they hurled all sorts of terrible insults at him. So, you know what I'm saying? The only way, when you and the homie get caught up and y'all in trial, and the police is trying to figure out if y'all did this particular thing in the streets that they got y'all on trial for, you know what I'm saying? Once y'all in trial, you gotta get with it. If you with the set, you know what I'm saying, you gotta die with it. You gotta ride with it. If you riding with it, if you was down to ride with it and do homicides and all that stuff, homie, you gotta die with the consequences. Straight up. There isn't no, okay, I'm willing to do this, but then when it comes to the suffocation and the persecution of pain towards it, nah, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. No, you gotta come. It comes with all. You can't be half. You gotta be with all. Either you all or you nothing. Either you ride with it or you gonna die against it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't ride, if you don't ride with the hood, then the hood's gonna terminate you because you're not willing to ride for it. It's kind of like how they say kill or be killed. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was with Jesus. But instead, Peter turned against Jesus. It's like he snitched his way out to not go to prison and get and die with Jesus. You know what I'm saying? The only way he got out is by denying, letting people know, oh, I don't know this man. Instead of really being like, yeah, I was with the homie. You know what I'm saying? I was with the homie. And and before y'all even got into this, you even said that you was gonna ride with the homie. You willing to go to go to the pen for it, and all that. But when it came to those times coming, you backstabbed that. You tossed that out. You can't toss that out. You got to ride with it. Either you ride with it or, you're going to get murdered. You're going to get destroyed over it, murdered over it. You know what I'm saying? By the set. And that's what Peter did. Peter denied, you know what I'm saying, that he knew Jesus. And that's kind of like saying, I'm not down for this hood. I don't know this hood. I don't know this particular homie that I've been riding with. You know what I'm saying? And you know the homie. And you basically saying, oh, he did it. I don't know this dude. He did it. He did the stuff. He made me do it. But realistically, you went to the hood and you was like, man, I want to be put on. Like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And that influenced you to do it. You was down for the hood. So now you like, oh, okay, I'm down for the hood. Bam, 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 bam. Let's get it cracking. But then when it came to the consequence part, you went against the rules. You went against it. You was like, oh man, you know what? I can't do this, but I'm willing to do this. Nah. You either show your all or nothing. Straight up. And that's what Peter did. He didn't go half. He didn't go all. He went half. And Jesus was very disappointed. Jesus knew, but even though he knew that Peter was going to deny him, he was still disappointed and hurt. That, damn, like, this is supposed to be my homie. He said he'll go to jail with me and he'll go to and die with me, but my homie is actually selling me out. He's selling me out. Instead of him facing time with me, my homie, he snitched on me and having it seem like, you know what I'm saying, that he didn't know me, acting like I'm a stranger to him and all that. Not just a stranger to me, but a stranger to the hood. A stranger for the set. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Peter had did. When all those different people, the female and the men telling him, oh, he was a follower of Jesus. He like, oh, no, I don't know who that is. I don't know who this man is. I don't know this. You know what I'm saying? But instead, he could have been like, yeah, that's who I'm down with. Or that's just like this, for example, homie. That's just like a crib uh, facing has a conversation with it gets encountered by a blood. And then he say he got all these tats on his body of his set, and he not loped out with all type of blue on him, but he got a little blue on him here and there on his kicks, you know what I'm saying, and that's it. But he got the hood tatted on him, on his whole body, on his arm, his back and his chest and his stomach, right? And he gets, he get approached by a blood. And the blood approached him and say, "Hey, where you from, homie? What set you from?" And he say, I'm from nowhere, homie. I'm not from no set." But how you gonna say you not from the set and you got all your hood, you got all your dead homies from your set and the name of your hood, your crib hood, on your body, and you saying that you not from the hood? You not from nowhere? Come on, homie. That's just like what Peter did. And Jesus even said in Matthew chapter 10, he said this. He said, if you acknowledge me, I will acknowledge you before my Father in heaven. But if you deny me, I would deny you before my Father in the kingdom of heaven. That means that if you accept Jesus, he accept you before the Heavenly Father would accept you. Basically meaning that that Jehovah gave Christ the authority. It says in the book of John that Jehovah gave Christ all the authority to do the things that he did. You know what I'm saying? And it means that by you accepting Jesus in your life, Jehovah accepts you also. But if you deny Jesus in your life, then Jehovah denies you also, because you're not accepting the Son. You're not accepting his Son. So that's what Peter did. He denied it. You know what I'm saying? So he denied it. And by you denying him and basically uh ashamed of him, of Jesus, because that's what he was. You know, he was ashamed to admit to other people that he knew this man, that he was gonna die for him. So he was ashamed about it. But Jesus said also in Matthew chapter 16, he said that if you're ashamed of me, when I come back, I'm gonna be ashamed of you. It also says that in the book of Mark, by you being ashamed of Jesus, he will be ashamed of you when he returns, when he comes back. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times believers do that when it comes to people encountering us and approaching us and saying, "Oh, are you a believer?" Or they may say, slip a word here and there about God, and then instead of you replying back to what they said about God, whether it's wrong or right on what they said, you just act like, "Oh, I don't." You act like you don't know what they talking about. You act like you don't know who God is. But you've been progressing in God for years or months, but you just act like you don't even know him. You know what I'm saying? We need to stop doing that. Because trust me, I had encounters like that too. But no, not no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us are like that. But we can't be like that. That's just like That's just like, if you're a blood, you gotta roll with the bloods. If you're a Crip, you gotta roll with the Crips. If you down for this, if you down for this woman that you married to, then stay tied with her. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be half and have this and have that. No, you know what I'm saying? That's just like the homie Joe. The homie Joe was saying, like, you know, we always we willing to go through the good, but when it comes to the bad, we don't want to go through it. You know what I'm saying? We praise God and stuff when things going good, but as soon as things going bad, we turn away from it. We look at, oh God, why you not there? I mean, like, what's up? Like, what you doing? And then we get mad at him. And sometimes it happens, but we can't just every time when something bad happens, we just be like, we blame God for everything. You know what I'm saying? It's just some things happen. You know what I mean? But we gotta stay equipped. We gotta stay, lighted up, homie. We gotta stay lighted up. Just like the Bible says in Matthew chapter 5. It's the homie Jesus, the OGS homie Jesus was saying, be a light in this world. So we gotta stay lighted up. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stay lighted up. And we gotta stay down for the set. We gotta stay down for the hood. The hood is the kingdom of heaven. We got to stay down for the hood, and we got to stay down for the OGS, regardless of what we get involved with, regardless of the consequences, regardless if we actually die for it. You know what I'm saying? If we actually die, you know what I'm saying? We got to stick with it. If you down for this, you got to stick with it, regardless of who or what somebody does towards you or says about your belief or whatever. Stick with the hood. Never leave the homie. Never leave a homie hanging. Never leave the homie hanging. Stick with the homie and don't snitch. And what I mean by that is don't don't go half for it, half for God and half for the world. No, you gotta be rolling with it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be all. You know what I'm saying? And two, you know, when you walk this spiritual walk in it, man. Don't let when you walking in it, don't let somebody interfere your walk. That's just like that's just like you got your flag and somebody stepping on your flag, just stumping on it. Come on, homie, that's disrespect. Don't let nobody disrespect the set, the hood. Don't let nobody disrespect what you down for. You know what I'm saying? We got to pay homage every day to the OGS. every day. And we gotta stick with him, homie, to the fullest, till the homie comes back. Straight up. So, you know, um, I had to get that out for God, man. God stored that in me to speak that, to let y'all know about things, man. And it's more to come, homie. And God bless y'all. Peace.